Alright guys, we're working on the Gladiator here. This bumper came with these parking sensor covers. This particular vehicle does not have parking sensors. And we want to put some reverse lights in. And I was going to put them in this mesh down here, but and then I kind of like them on this angle so they kind of blow out a little bit. You can see it from the mirror a little better. I'm using these rigids because of the form factor. I've seen other customers that had these on. These are pretty cool. These are the rigid ignites. And they got this flush mount on them. So you would think, oh, Code, you're just going to pop a hole right here. Well, the bezel would overhang off the side. I don't really like that. So what I want to do is you can take the covers off. And this is the lens. And all the guts are in here. And it will, as I drop stuff, it will fit almost perfectly. Just like that, and it's kind of protected. So I think that's really cool, especially since we already have a hole there and I don't have to try to do some oddball cutting and all that kind of stuff. Basically all we got to do is mock it up and drill 4 holes. Well, you got little bitty holes on a little bitty layout, and how are you going to do that? Well, I'll tell you. This hole is right at 1 inch. This is a piece of 1-inch tube, and this is the flange that is off the front with 4 little Allen screws. So wrap some tape on it because this is a little bit tighter than this. So what that does is that holds it in there and holds it square so I can clock it accordingly and then mark my holes. Lather, rinse, repeat on the other side, and then that way our little light is protected and it's a slick install because I really didn't like having that flush mount flange sitting here and then this plug for no reason, not doing anything. I just thought that was just kind of tacky. So, anyways, so we'll take a few minutes and we'll pop some holes in here, and I'll show you guys the finished product. That is definitely much cooler, in my opinion. So a lot of times I like to run a flush mount, either from Baja or from Rigid or from KC, something like that. But with the shape of the bumper that was already on here when we got started, I didn't have the depth I needed in here to mount a real light. I mean, you could do some little janky ones, but that ain't my style. Which meant we would have had to mount here, but then it would have been a flange and a plug for parking sensors that aren't there, and then this flange and a light, and then it had another plug with a parking sensor, and it just, to me, it was just going to look super chopped up. So these are Rigid Ignite series, and they are, got a little bit of condensation in them, but these are Rigid Ignites, and I think they're like a 450 lumen light. These are in a scene pattern, so kind of broad spectrum. But they fit perfectly in this 1-inch hole for the parking sensors plug. And so all I did was lay out the pattern and get a little bit longer of these itty bitty screws and mounted them from the rear, and they have a little bit of depth to them, but I think this is a really slick install. I'm almost tempted to put another pair right here just because I don't like the little rubber plugs, but that's me. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out the Hellcat Gladiator, the Hulk Jeep in all of its greatness. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We sure appreciate you. And if you'd like to see more content like this, give us a follow. If you think we need to upgrade our equipment, consider supporting us on Patreon.